everybody. Before we start the stream, make sure that you are following me so that you can get more of my awesome content and join the Discord to voice chat with me. But don't worry, you won't be recorded. And make sure to go check out my reviews over on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you are one of those rare people that like to read, you can find my after-action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some of my merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in my About section down below. Alright, hello everyone and welcome. I'm Mike and I am playing John Bain. And I'm listed as the storyteller, but that's because we're doing an interesting experiment. This will be our third live stream in this playlist. We're currently playing through basically this is the MAARs Chronicle, and the story we are playing through is called Shadows on the Third Rail. With me here, we will introduce the coterie. So I'm John Bain, Banu Hakim, and next to me is...
Lore Master Brian. I am Vladimir Wolfenstein, and I am Broha.
Okay. And Salty Skipper, if you want to introduce yourself.
Salty Skipper, and playing as Roman Calder, the Subway Saint. And I believe it's a gangrel.
Gangrel, yes. And we are basically all pretty new to Vampire the Masquerade. My dad is Lore Master Brian is a serious tabletop RPG veteran. Salty Skipper does Dungeons and Dragons as well. That's what everybody's background is. I am actually quite familiar with this game because I've been doing research with all the books and setting all of this up. So we are basically, this is an interesting experiment. This is the first time that we're all together here. So I'm just going to give a real quick spiel. We are using an AI, and that is going to act as our primary narrative storyteller. Meanwhile, you're going to see me doing all kinds of stuff because I'm working behind the scenes as kind of like the storyteller kind of, but I'm really an assistant. It's like a hybrid role here. Basically, it's done this way so that way I can play the game and not know anything, and I did a lot of work to set this up so that way our AI here does the right stuff. So, all right, so that's the whole spiel with that. And let's oh, and one other thing, I mentioned this before when we played with setting up Salty Skipper's character here, Rowan Calder. In this book, it talks a lot about, it actually talks quite a bit. There's like a huge amount of this book that is dedicated to some political and social economic, or not economic stuff, but, and we kind of talked about that before. I'll just get into it real quick. I know that Dad does. We don't care about that. I know Salty Skipper kind of agreed with me. We are here to play a game. We are not anything political here. And if you have a problem with certain groups of people, this book kind of explicitly says groups of people it doesn't like and tells them that it just basically, those people need to think about where they went wrong in life. It actually explicitly says that. And I think that's stupid, and so we kind of disown that part of the book, but otherwise the game seems like it's going to be really fun to play with my two friends here. So let's do that and ignore all of the political crap. I just want to make that very clear because some of my audience I don't want to scare anybody off by thinking that we're going to get into a bunch of weird stuff like that. So anyway, let's start off. So we are going to have the storyteller here take it away. If there's any issues with audio or video quality, guys, please let me know in the chat or in the comments, and we can fix that in real time. So here we go.
Storyteller in fiction mode engaged. Night presses in on Red Hook, heavy with salt, rust, and the low thrum of distant traffic that never quite sleeps. The warehouse squats by the water like a concrete scar. Windows dark, doors shut, silence stretched tight enough to snap. Inside, the air is still. Crates sit where they were staged, untouched. The van outside hasn't moved. 3 men lie bound and unconscious. Their breathing shallow, their futures abruptly narrowed to whatever happens next. No sirens, no shouting, no witnesses. just the echo of what almost happened and the weight of what will. On the ground floor, Vladimir Wolfenstein stands among the shadows and steel, coiled tension barely restrained. His muscles haven't cooled. His beast hasn't forgotten the violence it was denied. This place feels temporary, secure, but only for now. Above, on the catwalk, John Bain watches everything. The angles, the exits, the quiet. He listens not just for footsteps, but for mistakes, his own or someone else's. The phone taken from the leader sits heavy with implication, a silent line stretching deeper underground than any tunnel in this building. Outside, somewhere beyond the walls, the city keeps breathing. And somewhere closer than either of you might like, asset recovery is inbound, called, authorized, and out of your hands. For now, the order stands. Hold position. The warehouse is secure. The night is not. Whenever you're ready, declare your actions.
Well,
Just a second. Okay, so I know that you said you wanted to, but just a little bit before you said you wanted to start off by collecting anything that we can find on any of these guys.
yeah. Yes, I want to pat them down, take the weapons. We can secure it in Malik's trunk for now. And I mean, if they got any cash and stuff on them, I mean, they broke the law by coming in here and trespassing, so they can pay their fee before they pay the men that are coming to pick them up.
All right, let me just checking here. Okay, 1 second. It's okay. So, storyteller, Vladimir Wolfenstein and John Bain are going to do a search of the 3 people who are bound here, these gang members or whatever they are, and we are going to take any weapons or any interesting items that we might need, and we're going to put it in Malik Boyd's trunk. We're going to keep all that stuff for later. So can you give us a breakdown of what we find, or tell us if we need to do any rolls or anything? Just letting everybody know, so the way that Vampire the Masquerade works is primarily on assumptive inventory. So in a situation with like retainers, if a retainer, depending on its background, you're not going to necessarily track their inventory explicitly. It's just going to be a situation where you say, let's say you call your retainer and you say, hey, can you bring me this? And then the storyteller will tell you, yeah, it makes sense that because they were a bike messenger that they'd be able to ride in on a bike and give you a bike. You know, that kind of thing. Because it's not like Dungeons and Dragons where it's like inventory based and getting all kinds of equipment. Most vampires don't use weapons. Some do, but most don't, you know. Or armor. Armor is the more big thing, so. But all right, here's what the storyteller has to say.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Possibility check, yes. The 3 men are bound, unconscious, and under your control. There's no resistance, no immediate threat, and no civilian pressure. Searching them is fully possible under the current fiction. Mechanical requirements. Because of the circumstances, no roll is required for a standard search. Targets are restrained and unconscious. You are not under immediate time pressure. You are not attempting forensic reconstruction or deep analysis. This is a physical frisk and pocket search, not an investigation scene. If you wanted to do something beyond that, hidden compartments, forensic tracing, or reconstructing where items came from, that would require rolls. You are not doing that here. Procedural framing. You split the work efficiently, methodically, keeping noise low. One of you searches while the other keeps watch, then you switch. Malik remains outside, trunk accessible. Here's what you find. What you recover. Pickup leader, 1 compact semi-automatic handgun, chambered safety on, 1 spare magazine, personal smartphone, locked, not the third rail contact phone, wallet with ID and cash, folding knife, workmanlike, not ornamental, Second pickup man, 1 compact semi-automatic handgun, no spare magazine. Personal smartphone, cheap, prepaid. Wallet, minimal cash. Small flashlight. Runner advance man, no firearm. 1 folding knife, cheap prepaid phone. Keys, unidentified, not to the van. Wallet with ID. None of the weapons are unusual or exotic. No badges, no insignia, no ritual items. Everything is consistent with hired muscle-working logistics, rather than fanatics or professionals tied to law enforcement. You consolidate the weapons, phones, and loose items and move them to Malik Boyd's trunk, out of sight and off the scene. The bodies are left with nothing that could be used against you. Against you. Nothing else turns up. The warehouse returns to stillness once you're done. If you proceed, the items are now secured off-scene and no longer present on the bodies. Do you confirm the search is complete and continue holding position, or do you take another action before recovery arrives?
I mean, I think we're good. We should just sit and wait for extraction at this point.
Well, I don't want to just sit idle, so I'm gonna me and Malik are gonna start loading our mock crates into the back of that van while we're waiting on the extraction team. So we're a little bit ahead of time, because what is the current time? Because sunrise comes sometime, and I'm not into the whole sun tanning kind of thing.
Okay, so 1:40 a.m. So we still have quite a bit of time before sunrise. And if we are, if we're inside, it'll be all right. Oh, by the way, just another clarification, because we're all kind of new starting off here. As much as we can in like RPG roleplay voice, arguing with each other, interrupting each other, all that stuff is good. Yes. Okay. The only thing is we got to decide what we want before I tell the storyteller. So that's the whole thing. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's load everything up into the van, and while we wait for extraction, then. Did somebody say something?
No, that was
Sorry.
because we're still because Calder still ain't even here anyway. So. What was his first name again?
Rowan.
Oh, Rowan. Okay.
Sorry, I'm giving it hidden instructions. Just give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. Possibility check. Yes, the crates are staged, accessible, and the van is on site. There is no opposition, no civilian presence, and no immediate time pressure. Loading the crates is entirely possible under the current fiction. Mechanical requirements. No roll is required. This is a routine physical task. The crates were already positioned for pickup. You are not rushing. You are not attempting to conceal the activity from observers inside the warehouse. The work does not meaningfully risk failure unless interrupted. If you were trying to do this silently under outside surveillance, under fire, or in extreme haste, a roll might be called for. None of those conditions apply. Procedural framing. You move the crates methodically. Metal scrapes softly against concrete, controlled and deliberate. The van's rear doors open just long enough to receive the cargo, then close again. Weight settles into the suspension. Nothing spills. Nothing breaks. Nothing draws attention beyond the warehouse walls. The crates are now loaded into the van, secured and ready to move, exactly as the pickup team would have done, had they been conscious to do it. The 3 bound men remain where they are. Malik keeps the perimeter. The warehouse goes quiet again. No new arrivals yet. No engines outside, no sign that the night has noticed you. You're still waiting. What do you do next?
All right, here we go. And I already have the next thing uploaded up. Here we go. Okay, so
Storyteller, in fiction mode. The first sign isn't sound, it's absence. Malik's updates stop mid-pattern, not cut off, not urgent, just paused. The kind of pause that means he's watching something approach and doesn't want to be looking at his phone when it arrives. Then engines roll in, slow and controlled, somewhere beyond the warehouse walls. Not one vehicle, more than one. They don't rush, they don't circle, they come straight in as if the route was mapped long before tonight. Headlights cut briefly across the loading bay doors, then die. Moments later, the doors open. The extraction team moves like they own the place. Not sloppy, not theatrical. Dark clothing, practical gear, faces set to neutral. They fan out automatically, checking corners, confirming what you already know. The warehouse is secure, the cargo is loaded, the bodies are restrained. No one asks questions. Then he steps in. Rowan Calder doesn't announce himself. He doesn't need to. He enters last, unhurried, coat still on, eyes already taking inventory. Crates in the van, men on the floor, you where you stand. His presence shifts the room in a way the others didn't. Not louder, heavier. For the extraction team, he's just another man with authority. For you, it's immediately clear. This wasn't mentioned. Rowan's gaze settles on the crates first, then the prisoners, then finally on Vladimir Wolfenstein and John Bain. A fraction of a second passes. Good, he says. One word. Flat. Final. The team moves at his unspoken signal. Prisoners are lifted, checked, tagged, and removed with efficient indifference. The van is inspected, not to question what you've done, but to confirm it matches expectations. Rowan stays put. This wasn't a test, he continues calmly, voice carrying just enough to be heard over the work.
that's you.
But it was informative. His eyes flick briefly toward the loaded van. You held the site. You didn't escalate. You didn't get seen. A pause. That's why I'm here. Only then does he add, almost casually, you weren't told I'd be coming. It's not a question. The night has moved on to its next phase. And whether you like it or not, Rowan Calder is now part of it. He waits. What do you do?
Who are you? That's to you.
My name is Rowan.
What are you? What? So are you a new guy? What's going on?
You guys called for an extraction team. We're here to extract an inventory. Seems pretty simple.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. So that must mean that you know the sires, or you're at least part of the Camarillas network here. It's great to have you.
You presume a lot.
All right. Well, I have. So we have some information. Basically, we got we got information and we got a phone. We know the next location that we need to head to, kind of follow the strand that's going here, that we've been following here. So whenever you're ready, if you want to come with us, and then I know that it's getting a little late, but we still got some time. And then after that, we can head back to the Haven.
We're also going to have somebody. We only got one person that really knows how to drive, and that's Malik. He's got his vehicle. Do you have this? What's your name, Rowan? Do you know how to? Do you have any drive? Do you know how to drive a vehicle, or what usefulness are you contributing to us?
I don't have any points into drive, so no.
So,
Okay.
without points in drive, you can still drive. Just out of narrative here. Without points in drive, you can still drive, but you're not anything more than like a dude. Like you're not good at driving fast or being a getaway driver or anything. That's a clarification in the book.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then we got it handled, because then we had the two vehicles that somebody needs to get in. We had two get out of the van, so that would be appropriate that somebody's going to have to get in the back, keep their head down, and we'll move the van to the location given on the leader's phone that I have. And then Malik will Of course, he's got his vehicle too.
If you're going
Well-
to have your little friend there, maybe you should be the one to get in the back.
Yeah, I have my raccoon with me.
Yeah, by the way, it's always assumed that you have your famulus. Wherever you go, it's always assumed your famulus is right there with you. So
Yeah.
if
I'll say I'll go ahead and take the technology phones and the wallets.
Okay, excellent. Just mark that down on your sheet, and then I'll fix it all in the.
And I'll open my coat, and my little raccoon will put his hands out for them.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, I was thinking he was carrying a bag lunch. Okay, so we got some clarification.
All right, excellent. So, all right, storyteller.
It was 2 smartphones, right?
2 smartphones. Yes. I want to say yes.
That 2
Well, we've got-
smartphones, 1 wallet.
Yeah, I've got the leader's phone because it's unlocked. I made him unlock it before I knocked him out, and I'm
Okay.
keeping that. I'm keeping that because whoever the contact is on the third rail takes text messages from that specific phone. So that phone I'm holding on to.
All right.
Okay, cool. So, all right. So then I'll tell our storyteller here. So, all right, storyteller. So Rowan is going to take the 3 wallets from the men here, and 2 of the phones. We're gonna load into the van with him and his famulus getting into the back of the van. Meanwhile, John Bain and Vladimir Wolfenstein are going to get into the front of the van. John Bain will drive, and we're going to get ready to go like that. So let's start off with that. By the way, you want to have is it Malik or Malik?
Malik.
Do you want to have Malik follow us, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's just faster for me to do that. All right, excellent. So we're heading out to the 3rd rail address. Just a second. I'm gonna get rid of this because it keeps telling me that everything is okay. Okay, sorry. Because it keeps saying like, oh, this is what, like, it's okay for you to do this. So now watch, this is going to be a lot less.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Correction acknowledged and applied. Understood. I will not call out possibility checks or mechanical framing unless something is actually wrong or blocked. From here on, I'll simply narrate when actions are valid and only interrupt if a declaration cannot proceed. Rowan collects the wallets and selects 2 of the phones, quick and economical, then disappears into the back of the van with his famulus. The doors close behind them, sealing cargo, evidence, and silence together. Up front, John slides into the driver's seat. Vladimir takes shotgun. The engine turns. Smooth. Unremarkable. Outside, Malik pulls in behind you, far enough back to be forgettable, close enough to matter. The convoy moves. Red Hook peels away in sodium-lit stretches of asphalt and chain-link fencing. The warehouse disappears behind you without comment, already becoming just another dark building in a city full of them. Traffic is light. No sirens. No obvious tails. The city opens as you push north and east toward old lines and older infrastructure, places where rail once mattered more than roads, and where it still does if you know where to look. The third rail address waits ahead. For now, the drive is quiet. If no one interrupts, I'll carry you forward to arrival.
Just a second. What the heck? Sorry guys, why am I... Okay, yes, storyteller. Yeah, bring us forward to arriving at the address. Make sure to roll for any random encounters or anything like that, please. So I don't know what we're gonna get when we get there.
Well, yeah. Yep. The only thing I want to do is once we get there, I'll text that contact and let them know that we just arrived at the cargo. We're getting ready to unload it.
I think that we should have Malik park like a block out.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
All right, excellent. And that's another thing, just so everybody knows, again, out of narrative here, is that random encounters are a thing. Okay, and there's a whole table that I've created for different random encounters, and then it tracks time as well based on the things that we do, and it's some of the rules, it works a lot like a human storyteller in that, like, obviously some of the rules it'll like either not forget, but it'll like sometimes it'll forget to tell me the time, and I just have to ask it what time it is and that stuff. But it'll warn us and tell us, hey, sunrise, you know. Okay. I'm having a little bit of a something is taking up. I don't know what's going on, but something is taking up a bunch of memory or something.
Storyteller in fiction mode. The drive takes you out of Red Hook and deeper into the city's forgotten seams. Streets that narrow, widen, then narrow again, following paths laid down long before anyone planned for traffic or zoning. Old rail spurs cut across asphalt. Fenced-off rights-of-way vanish into shadow. The city here feels layered, built over itself again and again. You move without incident. No sirens rise. No headlights linger too long in the mirrors. No sudden shifts in traffic force decisions. Luck, routine, or something else, the road gives you what it gives you tonight. As you near the destination, John eases off the throttle. The third rail address resolves into view. An aging stretch of infrastructure tucked between disused rail access and light industrial spillover. Not abandoned, but not alive either. The kind of place that survives by not drawing attention. The van rolls past once, slow enough to read the space. Then Malik peels off cleanly, turning down a side street and parking one block out, far enough to avoid notice, close enough to respond. His lights go dark. He settles in to watch. John brings the van in on a second approach and stops where it belongs. Nothing illegal, nothing conspicuous. The engine idles. From the street, the address looks quiet. From experience, quiet doesn't mean empty. You've arrived. The vehicles are positioned. No one has made you yet. What do you do?
You said you want to text these guys anything else that we need to get done here?
Well, there's not much of a description of what's going on the outside, so I'll text right now. I don't know what kind of entrance are we looking at? Is it an overhead door? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll ask so we can get a better description. Yeah, I keep having a problem with... I know what it is. That's what I'm going to have to do. 1 second. So I'm having a problem with my mic. It's not even the computer, it's my mic. Just a second. I'm going to change my microphone. Because I'm using the same mic that I use when I talk to you guys, and it's messing everything up. Just a second. Okay, do I want to do the Yeti, or I guess go with this one? I've got stupid. You guys, by the way, people watching this, you guys can't see, but I'm getting social media pop-ups on my computer, and it goes right over the game. Does your guy?
Well, you're doing that.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm gonna talk. Hey, Rowan, is that just is that for an emotional support animal, or can it do something besides just hang around by you? Can we use it to, like, it's a rundown neighborhood, so a raccoon wouldn't seem out of place, so maybe you can do a little bit of looking around for us so it's a little less conspicuous, so we can maybe, if it can do anything like that, maybe give us a heads up on what may be around, maybe inside of it, try to see about what we get for the entrance to see.
Scratch can definitely check out the area and alert us of any sort of danger going on. He may also get in a little trouble if he sees anything shiny.
Yeah.
Okay, one second.
All right.
Just a second. I think I need to close this. I need to close that. I guess I don't need... Why is... Maybe without that we'll be okay. It will be better. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay.
Storyteller in fiction mode. The van idles a short distance off, engine low, lights off. The night here feels thinner, less traffic, fewer witnesses, the kind of place the city forgets to finish. The exterior, the third rail address, is an old, low-slung industrial structure pressed up against a disused rail spur. Once it might have been a service building. Power, switching, maintenance, something essential and unglamorous. Now it sits in a gray zone between in use and left behind. Construction. Poured concrete and dark brick, patched in places, reinforced in others. Windows, narrow, high set, some opaque with grime, some blacked out from the inside. Doors, a main steel door facing the street, paint chipped, a secondary side door closer to the rail access. Signage, none visible. No company name, no hours, nothing to explain why it's still here. Lighting, a single sodium lamp across the street. The building itself gives off no light. Surroundings, chain link fencing along the rail line, weeds pushing through ballast, cracked asphalt. It doesn't look abandoned. It looks deliberately uninteresting. The text inside the van, Vladimir unlocks the phone taken from the pickup leader, the one already tied to third rail, and types. Short. Controlled. No flare. A confirmation. A signal that the cargo is ready. Nothing that explains why it's him sending it now. The message goes out. Sent. Delivered. The building doesn't react. Not yet. No door opens, no lights flick on, no one steps outside to meet you. The street stays quiet. Somewhere inside that structure, someone may already be reading the message. You wait, parked, unseen, watching. What do you do next?
Did they respond to the message? I'm talking to you.
Oh, according to what I'm going by, the storyteller said that it was sent, delivered, but I haven't gotten any response.
All right.
So we need to possibly know what's going on inside that building if we can.
Okay. Can you send your like you said he can do some scouting for us? Can you send him in to check everything out?
Yeah, can you send in Snatch or whatever his name is?
Mm-hmm. Snatch. Yeah. That one might actually work better. Yeah.
Okay, just to let you know, I don't know if I went over this in detail with you or if you looked at the discipline list. So with Bond Famulus and Feral Whispers, what that allows you to do is you can send him. Feral Whispers allows you to actually two-way communicate. Bond Famulus allows you to, in an undetailed manner anyway, get impressions and even like images from your Famulus. So if you guys were separated, he could send you like mental signals, because what your actual Bond famous is a mental connection. It's basically almost like low-level psychic powers about it. So
it is not the Bond Familius, but the other one. Is that passive?
yeah. You could just you can talk to animals.
Okay.
Like,
Well
you can
then,
talk to
I'll
all
go ahead and
animals. Yeah.
I'll go ahead and pull him out of my jacket and whisper to him and open the back of the vehicle and let him out.
Yeah. And you don't need to actually be in his presence. You can you can talk to him mentally. That's why I said it's almost like telepathy between you and the animal. So, all right. So, Rowan is going to give his Famulus Scratch some instructions here. We're going to have him go scout around the building while we wait for a response text message on the phone. All right. Okay, sorry. My wife is ordering stuff online. How long have you guys been around? It's been about a year for me.
Yeah, it's been about a year for myself too.
Let me see.
At least in this lifestyle.
1 second. All right.
Well, I normally wouldn't say I was born yesterday. I wasn't born yesterday, but I was born yesterday.
Right, let me see. Why am I keep having technical problems with this. Even with the I'm wondering what's there you go. Wonder what's happening with the sorry. There we go. Have you I'm gonna tell you 1 minute. I think that I'll close this. What? Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Do I have I think I have a VPN on. Just a second, guys. I'm sorry. We're having a technical difficulty. There you go. Okay, there we go. All right.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. Rowan murmurs instructions to his Famulus, low and precise. No dramatics, just intent passed down a taut, familiar line. The creature slips from the back of the van and disappears into the night. A small shape swallowed easily by shadow and infrastructure. It moves where people don't look. Along the fence line first, nose low, ears up, then into the negative space around the building. Behind dumpsters, through weeds pushing up between cracked ballast stones, skirting the blind angles cast by the sodium lamp across the street. It circles wide, patient, methodical. While it works, the phone remains quiet in Vladimir's hand. From your vantage point in the van, nothing on the exterior changes. No doors open. No figures appear in the windows. No lights come on. After a short while, Rowan feels the Famulus's impressions bleed back through the bond. Not words, not images, but certainty shaped by instinct and attention. No movement around the perimeter. No active guards outside. No fresh human scent lingering near the doors. The railside approach is unused but passable. The building feels occupied but quiet, contained inward, not outward facing. Whatever's inside isn't watching the street. The Famulus completes its circuit and fades back toward the van, unseen. Still no reply on the phone. The address remains quiet. The message has been delivered. Someone inside may already be deciding what to do about you. What do you do next?
Let me see.
I don't like this. The night shift is usually at least working.
Well, they've already texted. So before you got here, we already contacted them They already text us. So... Do any of you guys have a... You're good with animals. Can you... This is going to sound weird, but... Any of you guys may be able to find a spider around here?
I mean, that's pretty specific, but
Let me... I'm gonna just wait. Let me see. Did it say, is there any... Let me see. Oh wait, what did you just do? Did you,
What do you mean?
Did you see that you did that, Rowan?
no. What was it?
You clicked on the little ankh and then rolled dice.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I like how it does that. That's interesting. Okay. I'm gonna look around real quick for windows, because I don't. It didn't tell a. Oh, yeah. Okay. High set, some blacked out. Yeah, I need to find a spider. If I can find a spider, we can. I can get in there pretty easily to scout things out without getting detected.
Well, I mean, we already had Snatch go in there. What's a spider, going to do?
It lets me climb walls.
The spider lets you climb walls?
If I can get a spider, I can do a thing and it lets me climb walls.
Okay. Well, according to this discipline I have here, the Feral Whispers, it says that vampires can also use Feral Whispers to summon... Oh, I'm hearing myself, sorry. Summon chosen type of animal, but the animal must be present to answer.
Okay, let's see.
So does that mean I can summon any kind of animal I want?
It depends. A lot of the game is narratively driven. I will tell it that you try to summon a spider. Does it give you a roll? Oh no, you don't. You have the discipline list. Does it give you a roll?
It looks like it. There's two little circles and then two onks on either side.
No. I'm talking about you have the discipline list that I sent you on Discord. It's like the list of disciplines, so you can just actually look it up right in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm using the game here. It's showing me what it does. It says Feral Whispers Summoning.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me see. I just want to make sure. Okay, let me just make sure that I've got it.
It said summoned animals will listen to the summoner but scatter or attack if endangered, and that they also won't go against their nature to endanger themselves.
Yes. I do not need it to go against its nature. No.
Well, here it says dice pools are manipulation plus animalism. Or charisma plus animalism.
Okay, so then you're going to, in your character sheet, you're going to go to your charisma, and you're going to go to your, you're going to look at your charisma, and you're going to look at your animalism level. You're going to add those together, okay? You're going to look at your hunger level. What is your hunger level?
Hold on, it takes... Let's see. I don't have any points into hunger, and my animalism, I have 2 points, and then let's see, charisma, I have 2 points.
Okay, so you're gonna take. So hunger should be 1, because you're using the
Hunger
one in alchemy, right? Like you're using a character sheet in alchemy.
I'm trying to in alchemy.
Yeah, no, that's fine, that's great. So your hunger should be 1 for the purposes of starting the story and stuff. So if your total dice pool is 4 and your hunger is 1, you're gonna roll 3 regular dice and 1 hunger dice. Does that make sense? So you'll click on the Ankh and it'll say vampire die, and then it'll say hunger die.
Okay, hunger die.
And then, okay, so first what you have to do, okay, actually first, before you do that, roll the rouse check 1. Because the cost for your, using this ability, I have the discipline list right here, the cost is a rouse check 1. Rouse check is you using your blood powers, and it dictates like whether you get the hunger gets you more because you use your blood to use powers in the game. So do 1 rouse check on alchemy. Just click the 1 rouse check dice and then do it.
Before doing hunger, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
if you fail the rouse check, you still get it, but your hunger goes up.
Is there a way to delete it? Because I click hunger and it just keeps adding dice to it.
Oh, no. So you press 1, and then you click the arrow that goes up, and then right click it to subtract dice. Like left click to add dice, right click to subtract.
Or hit escape,
Okay.
and that'll clear all the dice.
There we go. So rouse check.
So no hunger increase, and then just now you're gonna do your 4, okay, but you're gonna subtract 1 because you have 1 hunger.
Okay, on the vampire die.
Yes.
Dude. All successes.
And then that's perfect.
So we should be able to make a spider.
Yeah, so a spider should come. And I actually, again, as the kind of assistant storyteller here, I have the numbers up here, like it's telling me certain things, like, but nothing. It doesn't. The storyteller, our AI here does not spoil anything for me. It just gives me like, this is what you need to do. This is based on.
Well, then what I'll do to summon the spider is I'll reach down to grab Snatch, and as I do, he'll hold out his hand and put a spider in my hand, and I'll open it up and show you the spider.
Okay, excellent. So we've got the spider. Okay, cool. So phone is still quiet. By the way, we've got the spider, and then I'm gonna take the spider. Excuse me. I'm going to take the spider, and I take out a little vial. Sorry, it actually is. It actually is funny to me how this works. This gets me every time, guys. Just be cool, okay?
You're gonna lick a
I take out a
spider.
little vial, and I cut myself, and I fill the vial with my blood. And then I take the spider and I crush it, and put it into the vial. Okay. And
You're gonna see me taking it back. Like,
and then I drink it. Okay. So
I wouldn't have summoned it if I knew you were gonna kill it.
well, listen, man, it's for a good cause.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
And then basically it's so now it's gonna tell me because I gotta make a roll to see if I succeed. I don't need a rouse check. Okay, let me see. I just gotta know because it's gonna tell me how much time it actually takes. Oh, wait, what? Just a second. So, Storyteller, I'm going to perform Clinging of the Insect, and if you check your knowledge-based documents, you'll see that all I need to do is fill a vial with my own blood and then crush the spider into the vial, and that's it. There's no time or preparation required for the ritual. So for the purposes of this, you need to allow me to do the ritual and give me the ability to climb on walls, which I then want to use to exit the van, sneak up to the wall, and climb up and look inside one of the windows to see if I can see anybody or anything.
Yeah, and while you're going to do that, then I'm going to jump into the driver's seat to pull a van up, and I'm going to back it up to the door, I guess, if there's a loading door.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I'm sorry, I just love my guy's ability to... I love being a vampire. Alright. Some of my abilities require me to have certain things happen. Basically, it's basically like magic. Or alchemy. That's why I needed the spider to crush the... I needed to crush the spider into a vial of my own blood before drinking it, so... just a second. You haven't done the van thing yet, but we're listening.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Correction applied, rules rechecked. You're right to challenge that, and I'm correcting the call. Clinging of the Insect does not require extended preparation, a sanctum, or downtime. Under the rules as written, it is a simple blood sorcery ritual that can be performed quickly, provided the caster has the materials on hand. You do. What happens? John works with practiced economy. A vial comes out, small, sealed, mundane. He draws a measure of his own vitae into it, the blood dark and heavy, even in low light. One of the spiders Rowan called is caught carefully, deliberately, and crushed into the vial. The mixture clouds, then stills. The blood takes. There's no flare, no visible sign. Just a subtle shift as gravity loses its certainty for John Bain. The ritual completes. Cost already accounted for in your declaration. No roll required beyond the rouse, which has already been resolved. Movement. John opens the van door just enough to slip out, timing it between passing cars and the dead space in the street. He crosses to the building without hurry, shadow to shadow, and places a hand against the concrete. It holds. He moves upward, boots finding purchase where there shouldn't be any, body flattening instinctively against the wall as he climbs. The height isn't extreme, but it's enough to put him level with one of the narrow, high-set windows. Up close, the glass is worse than it looked from the street. Grimy, streaked, partially blacked out from the inside. Still, there's a sliver where the coating has thinned, just enough to look through if you're careful. John edges into position and peers inside. What he sees. The interior beyond the window is dim, but not dark. Industrial space, long and narrow. Old infrastructure repurposed rather than renovated. Cables and conduit running along the ceiling. A handful of people inside. Not moving much, not clustered, not panicking. No uniforms, no obvious gang colors. At least one table with equipment laid out, not crates. Tools, devices, components. No one is looking up. No one has noticed him. From this angle, it's clear. This isn't a storefront, and it isn't a warehouse in the usual sense. It's a working site, quiet, controlled, and currently active. John clings there, unseen, with the night pressed close around him. You're in position. What do you do next?
All right, so I'm going to kind of wave you up, like, let you know, basically I'm communicating, like, hey, I see some people, we're safe to move up. So if you want, I know you said you wanted to move the van up, so if you want me to, I can have it do that.
Yeah, I'll move it up, and if that said they had that steel door or whatever for loading or whatever, I'm gonna back the van up there.
Do you want to do anything, Rowan?
No, I'm just sitting in the back of the van waiting.
All right. And if you've ever played Legacy of Kain, it makes me think of the what are they? The vampires that are like spider vampires, and they have big long arms and they crawl up. Are you guys familiar with what I'm talking about?
You get a general idea.
Yeah. I love that game. Anyway. All right, here we go. I keep having a problem here. There you go. I might have to do something differently if I'm going to keep having problems. So I can talk to it. I can type to it with no problems. It's got to be the audio settings.
Storyteller in fiction mode.
Okay.
Vladimir slides over, takes the driver's seat, and eases the van into motion. No sudden revs, no lights. Just a slow, controlled roll as he guides the vehicle off the street and toward the building's loading access. A recessed steel door, set back from the main facade, scarred with old paint and newer scrape marks. The kind of entrance meant for deliveries that don't ask questions. The van backs in cleanly. Tires crunch softly over grit and broken asphalt. The rear lines up with the door, close enough to unload fast, far enough not to scrape. Vladimir kills the engine at the right moment, leaving only the faint ticking of cooling metal. From the street, the van now looks like it belongs here. From above, John can see the angle tighten, the vehicle blocking part of the approach, committing the team to this position. No one inside reacts yet. No door opens. No light changes. Malik remains a block out, unseen. Rowan and his famulus are still in the back. John clings to the wall, eyes inside. You're staged at the door. What do you do next?
I'm going to, and I want to make sure, I'm going to be watching to make sure that nobody is alerted, or, make it so that way I can at least know if people are alerted and are going to come, like draw their weapons and run out and attack you guys out there. For sure.
All right, and I'm going to. We've been waiting on this text for a little bit, so I'm going to retext the contact and next step outside of loading dock.
Going on in here, or are we trying to attack the people in here?
So, well, actually, I'm up on the building. So.
Yeah, and I'm trying to make it as appear as authentic as possible, because they're supposed to get this delivery from the warehouse we were at, but I'm not going to sit here and wait all night while they're doing whatever. So I'm just trying to get.
So the people inside are expecting a delivery.
According to the leader, when we talk to him, this is supposed to be the drop-off location.
Because it's possible, I guess, I could just go in and speak to him.
Okay.
I mean, I mean, I'm supposed to be an MTA worker, so like I have MTA credentials. I probably got like a badge and things like that. It wouldn't be completely out of the realm of possibilities of being in a rail yard for an MTA worker to be, walk in and be like, "Hey, we've got a delivery."
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I suggest don't go too far in or anything else. Try to go up and knock on the whatever side door or whatever. Because that way, if we have any issues, since John already signaled, hand signaled and stuff, we know that there's a few people in there. We're not dealing with one or two.
Yeah.
And we don't know if there's any kindred in there or not. Because if there's a situation with one of that changes this whole wax.
Yeah, so I guess normally around a loading dock, there's usually a access or service door. So I would walk up to that, stow snatch in my jacket, and knock on the door.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, the things that can happen. It's fingers crossed, guys. Gangrel are supposed to be tough, so let's see. Are we?
Well, I think I could fake the funk enough. Like I said, being an MTA worker, and just like show my employee badge and be like, "Hey, I'm here. I have a delivery."
All right.
Storyteller in fiction mode. The van settles into place with a final, quiet shudder, metal close to metal at the loading bay. The building doesn't announce itself in response. No alarms, no sudden movement, but John is already watching for the things that give people away before they act. From his perch near the window, he keeps his focus inside. Inside the building. At first, nothing changes. Then, subtle shifts. One of the people inside pauses mid-task. Another turns their head, not toward the window, but toward the loading bay wall, as if listening through it. A hand comes off a table and drops to someone's side, close to where a jacket hangs. No one draws a weapon. No one shouts. No one runs. This isn't panic. It's alertness. They've noticed the van. They just don't yet know what it means. At the van, Vladimir sends the text. Simple. Confirmatory. No threats. No explanation. Here. The message goes through. Delivered. No reply yet. Rowan slips out from the back of the van with practiced ease, posture shifting as he crosses the short distance to the building. His coat comes open just enough to show the suggestion of workwear beneath. Nothing flashy, nothing out of place. To anyone glancing from inside, he looks like what the building might reasonably expect at this hour. Infrastructure, maintenance, bureaucracy given flesh. He moves along the exterior, choosing deliberately until he finds a side personnel door, paint worn thin, an old MTA-style placard half scraped away, hinges that have been used often enough to stay quiet. Rowan stops there. From inside, John sees one of the figures angle subtly toward that wall now too. Not rushing, not armed openly, but paying attention. Rowan raises a hand and knocks. Not loud, not timid. The knock of someone who believes they have a reason to be there. The night holds its breath. From inside the building, footsteps begin to move, measured, cautious, approaching the door. You're seconds from contact. What do you do next?
All right, I am going to open the window. It's fine.
I'm waiting at the door to see who's there, and I will get my employee ID ready.
You got anything you want to do?
Well, I'm just I mean, what I want to do is I'm going to exit the van. At least it's still parked, but I want to make sure that I have enough distance between the van and where Rowan's going. Because if I need to, if something shady takes off, I want to be able to unleash the beast, so to say, and I have enough space that I can give him a little surprise if I need to.
I'd say keep it running.
Yeah. Okay, okay, here we go. These moments make me nervous. It's like, whew. Let's not die, don't die, don't die.
I'll die session 1. I've never done it before.
You've done it before?
The storyteller. In fiction.
No, I said I've never done it before.
John tests the window carefully. Up close, it's worse than it looked from the street. Old industrial glass set into a steel frame, sealed long ago and never meant to be opened casually. He applies pressure slowly, feeling for give. There isn't any. The window doesn't budge. It's fixed in place, either welded shut or sealed from the inside. Trying to force it further would mean noise, vibration, or both. From here, opening it quietly isn't possible. Inside, the people haven't noticed him yet, but the building itself would notice if he pushed harder. Below, Rowan waits at the side door, posture relaxed, employee ID ready, the picture of a late-night MTA worker responding to a call no one wants to explain. Footsteps approach the door from the other side. Still measured, still cautious. At the loading bay, Vladimir steps out of the van, leaving it running, engine a low, steady presence. He positions himself off to the side, out of the direct line of sight from the door, close enough to intervene, far enough to keep surprise intact. From here, he has angles. The door, the bay, the van, and the street beyond. Inside the building, the footsteps stop just short of the door Rowan is standing at. A shadow passes behind the frosted glass. Someone is on the other side now, close enough to hear breathing. The handle hasn't turned yet. John is still unseen above. Vladimir is in position. Rowan is about to be answered. What do you do next?
I'm gonna knock on the door again.
Knock on the door?
Yeah. Like, hey, I got delivery.
I'm gonna say that you said that.
Hurry up, assholes! I don't have all night.
Okay. All right. Okay. And are you just waiting over there, Vlad?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Just a second. I love this. Ooh, here we go. Okay.
The door opens and my head is sliced off.
I know. I'm waiting for a shotgun blast. Just... Here we go.
Storyteller in fiction mode. From his vantage point near the high-set window, John has a limited but useful slice of the interior. So far, he's seen 4 people inside. 3 clustered loosely around a work table with equipment laid out. 1 farther back, partially obscured by conduit and stacked materials. They're not packed tight, not moving tactically. But they are clearly working together, and at least 2 of them reacted to the van's arrival with alert attention. No visible firearms drawn yet, but hands have drifted closer to jackets and waistlines. Below, Rowan knocks again, measured, confident. "Hey," he calls through the door, voice carrying just enough irritation to sound real. "I've got a delivery." There's a brief pause on the other side. You hear the faint scrape of movement, then the muted sound of a chain or secondary lock shifting. A voice answers through the door. Close, guarded, not raised. Delivery for who? Vladimir waits where he is, body still, ready, the van idling behind him like a held breath. John remains unseen above, eyes on the interior, watching for the moment when alertness tips into hostility. The door hasn't opened yet, but the conversation has started. What do you do next?
Shit.
God damn it. Come on.
I'm going to whisper over at Vladimir and be like, who's texting you? What's the name?
Yeah, it's just a contact. That's all it is. It's supposed to be the contact for the drop-off. So.
Oh, so just a phone number, no name?
Right.
Then I'll look back at the door and I'll be like, this is just the address we were given. We don't have a name.
Just a moment.
I just go where the paper tells me, buddy.
Okay. I love this. And then let me see. I am going to looks around for another way in from above without moving from where I am. Okay, here we go. And then you're just chilling, Vlad?
Yeah, I still got my eyes on, so I can see the bay door and what Rowan's doing.
I just want to pause and ask you, like, you guys see the AI is actually, I mean, it's not like the greatest thing, but I love this. I think this is great, you see? And everything that we're encountering right now was already planned ahead of time when I created the story. And I didn't create it, I told it to generate this story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, here we go.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Rowan doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't embellish. He just leans slightly toward the door, weight on one foot, delivery slip half visible in his hand. This is just the address I was given, he says, tone flat, mildly inconvenienced. I go where the paper tells me. There's a beat on the other side of the door. From above, John keeps his body pressed to the wall and lets his eyes do the work. What John can see. Assess from his current position first. Without shifting his perch or breaking cover, John scans laterally and upward along the building's exterior and roofline. The window he's at is fixed, no latch, no slide. A few meters to the left, there's a vent housing near the roofline, industrial rectangular slatted. Too narrow for a person, but it opens into the interior airspace. Above that, the roof edge is cluttered with old conduit runs and a maintenance ladder bolted to the wall, rusted but intact. From the roof, there would likely be access to vents, possibly a roof hatch, common for this kind of structure, better angles to observe or enter, but moving there would require repositioning and time. From where he is right now, John does not see an openable window, an easy, silent entry point at this height. A roof approach looks possible, but not immediate from this exact spot. At the door, inside, something changes. You hear a quiet murmur, two voices now, just beyond the door, one closer, one farther back. The chain does not come off yet. The voice at the door answers Rowan, cautious but less hostile than before. Hold on. Footsteps move away from the door. One person, not all of them. The others inside don't scatter. They reposition slightly. Alert, but not breaking. No weapons drawn yet. No alarms. No sudden movement toward the loading bay. Vladimir remains in place, unseen, muscles coiled. John remains above, unseen, evaluating vertical options. Rowan stands at the door, selling the mundanity. You've created a pause, an opening that could turn into access or into a test. What do you do next?
You need to get your ass up on that roof.
Me?
Yeah, you're the one You're the one sticking to the wall.
Well, okay, so we'll kind of hand wave this just a minute because I'm too far away to talk to you guys, but it's fine. Text messages, whatever. My plan was to wait here until I could smash through the window, but I will move. That's fine then.
Yeah, because I'm just waiting for this door to open and talk to this dude.
Oh, by the way, just a reminder, because again, a lot of this, so for you guys watching, a lot of this is because we're new. So I'm giving more instruction than I typically would just because we're new, okay? You do still have your raccoon. Always assume that your raccoon is with you.
Yes.
Just, yeah. I've got to give you a thing too, because I have special. When I created your character sheet with the raccoon, the AI created a stat sheet for your raccoon with special stats. So when we're playing here, the AI can do it, but just for your own stuff, the raccoon will.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
And I uploaded the picture on Alchemy.
Oh, okay. Is that the one that I did for you, or the one that you did?
That's the one I did.
Oh, okay. We got to get that. You're gonna have to give me that so I can put it into the thumbnail. But all right, here we go.
Yeah, you put it in Discord.
Storyteller in fiction mode. John shifts, slow and deliberate. He peels himself away from the window without scraping glass or letting his weight thump against the wall, then moves laterally along the facade, keeping to the shadowed band where the building's own bulk hides him from the street. His grip never rushes. Each placement is tested before he commits. A few meters along, the maintenance ladder comes into reach. Old steel rungs bolted into concrete, stained with rust but solid. John climbs, body closed, minimizing silhouette, until he reaches the roofline. From here, the world opens just enough. From the higher vantage, the roof is a cluttered sprawl of neglected infrastructure. A low roof hatch, padlocked but weathered, set back from the edge. Multiple vent housings, some warm to the touch, air moving steadily through at least one. Cable runs and junction boxes, inactive but still fed by something inside them. More importantly, from this angle, John can now see down through a different set of high windows. Not clearer, but angled. Inside, the picture sharpens. 4 people, confirmed, 2 near the door. Rowan knocked on. 1 moving toward what looks like an interior corridor. 1 staying with the equipment table. Still no drawn weapons. Still controlled. But their attention is split now, focused on the door, not the roof. John has a better read of the interior layout and at least 1 potential roof-based entry if things turn. Below, Rowan and Vladimir hold. Rowan stands patiently at the door, posture unchanged, the kind of man who expects to wait. Vladimir remains off-angle near the loading bay, van idling softly, ready to move or strike depending on how this goes. Inside, footsteps return toward the door. The latch shifts again, closer this time. John has eyes. Rowan has the moment. Vladimir has the line. The situation is poised. What do you do next?
Open the freaking door!
You're just waiting at the door?
Yeah, like, I'm literally sitting here.
Okay,
The guy said, like, hold on, and I heard the latch, so I thought we were actually going to be able to talk this time.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, just a second. I'm telling all that. I'm just really good at typing real fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story.
What, you've never gotten a delivery before?
Clicks. Not all at once. just enough to tell you someone on the other side has made a decision. The door opens a few inches, chain still set. A man's face appears in the gap, late 30s, tired, alert, eyes already scanning Rowan's hands before they reach his face. He doesn't look surprised to see someone there, but he does look careful. "Delivery?" he says again, quieter this time. Not challenging, verifying. From inside, you can hear the room behind him shift. Subtle footwork, weight redistribution. No one's running. No one's relaxed either. The man's gaze flicks briefly past Rowan, toward the loading bay where the van idles, then back. "We weren't expecting anything tonight," he adds. "What company?" The chain holds. The door hasn't opened fully. No weapons are visible. But John, from above, can see one of the figures inside angle slightly, hand now resting against their waistband. This is the moment where it either stays mundane or becomes something else. Rowan is at the door, mid-cover. Vladimir is in position, unseen but ready. John has eyes and vertical control. The man waits for Rowan's answer. What do you do?
I'm going to sarcastically apologize. I'm going to be like, shit, they don't even tell me on these deliveries. And then I'm going to flash my MTA badge and I'm be like, I'm here with MTA. I don't even know what it is. I just know where the paper tells me to go, and you were next on my list.
Rowan says, repeat that again, sorry.
I'll tell him and be like, I'll have a sarcastic quip,
Yep.
and then flash my MTA badge.
Okay, got that.
And be like, yeah, well, you know how these things are. Nobody tells anyone anything.
Okay.
I just work here.
You got anything, lore master?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. I'm just waiting. I'm ready to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Rowan lets out a short, dry breath and flashes the badge with practiced annoyance, just long enough to register, not long enough to invite scrutiny. "Yeah, well," he says, tone edged with tired sarcasm, "you know how these things are. No one tells anyone anything. I just work here." The man at the door looks at the badge. Not long, not casually, but enough. His eyes flick back up to Rowan's face, then past him again, this time longer, to the idling van at the loading bay. Somewhere inside, someone shifts their stance. The chain rattles softly. "Hold up," the man says, and this time it's not a challenge, it's procedure. The door closes again, fully but not slammed. Inside, voices murmur, low, fast, irritated. One of them says something you can't quite make out, but the tone is unmistakable. Bureaucratic inconvenience, not alarm. From above, John sees one of the figures step away from the equipment table and move toward the door, joining the first. No one reaches for a weapon. One person does move a bag out of sight. A moment later, the chain comes off. The door opens wider now, still cautious, but no longer defensive. The man steps back half a pace, gesturing inward with two fingers. "All right," he says, "bring it in. But make it quick. You're not supposed to be here long." The interior beyond the door is visible now. Industrial lighting, equipment humming softly, people watching but not postured to fight. The threshold is open. John has eyes from above. Vladimir has position by the van. Rowan has the door. You're being led inside, on their terms, but inside nonetheless. What do you do next?
Well,
Right.
where they can't see, I'm gonna try to get Rowan's attention and tell him, point at the door, say, "Hey, the deliveries. We need this door open." They need to
Yeah,
open-
the loading dock. Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that I will make a nod towards him, and I'll look back at the door guy and say, well, come on, you got to open the loading dock so we can back in.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what you got to be like. You belong here.
I summarized what you wrote there because I had already written it.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. Rowan doesn't step inside. He stays right where he is, one hand lifting in a small, irritated gesture back toward the street. All right, he says, already turning his head slightly as if this part is obvious. Then open the loading dock. I'm not dragging this through your hallway. There's a flicker of hesitation. The man at the door glances back over his shoulder, exchanges a look with one of the others inside. It's not fear, it's calculation. Procedure rubbing up against inconvenience.
This is suspicious.
We don't usually,
as heck.
one of them starts. Rowan cuts in, dry and unimpressed. Yeah, nobody ever does. And yet here I am. A beat. Then someone inside exhales sharply, annoyed more than threatened. Fine, a voice says from deeper in the building. Dock it. The man at the door steps back fully now, pulling the door open wider as he turns inward. You hear footsteps moving fast but not panicked, someone heading toward the interior controls. From the loading bay, there's a moment of nothing. Then metal groans. The loading dock door begins to rise, slow and heavy, motor whining as it lifts inch by inch. Cold air spills out from the building's interior, carrying the smell of dust, warm electronics, and something faintly chemical. From above, John can see the interior open up, lines of sight changing, people repositioning to watch the bay now instead of the door. Vladimir has his opening. The dock is opening. The van is right where it needs to be. You're being let in, fully this time. What do you do next?
Well, I'm shifting back over to the side of the van now, and I'm gonna wait for that all the way up so that I can talk to these guys and be like, okay, here's your crap. You want it? We're ready to unload.
Okay.
And with this, I will walk in through the door that they have open. I'll make a casual comment like, yeah, this stuff is heavy as shit.
Love you guys. Through the door.
Dude, I'm faking my funk straight through this. This is great.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. I have the fun job.
Storyteller in fiction mode. The loading dock door finishes its climb with a final rattling clank and locks into place overhead. The bay yawns open, wide, utilitarian, lit by harsh industrial fixtures that hum faintly as they warm. Inside, the people who were half hidden before are now fully visible, spaced out, watching the van with open attention. Vladimir waits until the door is all the way up. Then he steps forward just enough to be heard, voice carrying easily into the bay. Okay, he says, flat, no theatrics. Here's your crap. You want it? The words land heavy in the open space. Not hostile, not friendly, direct. A couple of the people inside exchange looks. One of them nods once, short and sharp. Rowan doesn't wait for further permission. He walks through the personnel door and into the interior, shoulders rolling slightly as if already feeling the weight of the job ahead of him. He flashes a look toward the loading bay, lips quirking just a bit. Yeah, he says, voice easy, almost conversational. This stuff is heavy as shit. There's a faint ripple of reaction inside. Nothing like laughter, but the tension loosens a fraction. This now feels like a delivery, not an intrusion. From above, John can see the dynamic shift clearly. Attention consolidates on the bay, not the door. Bodies turn outward. No one is watching the roof anymore. The dock is open. The van is in position. You're being treated as expected, if inconvenient. You're at the threshold of moving the crates, and of committing to whatever happens once they're inside. What do you do next?
I still have no clue what we're looking for or doing, so I am.
Yeah, we don't either, though. We don't either. We
Right.
had guys with guns and we interrogated them. They gave us this address. Nobody's answered
Yeah.
the texts.
All right. Well, I'm gonna open up the back doors. I'm gonna show them the crates. I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, like you said, this shit's heavy, so we need to move it down on the floor so you guys can get the hell out of here. I mean, it's late. Got things to do, places to be.
I'm going to walk with the individual who opened the door from there towards the back of the loading dock, towards the van, and tell him that, you know, I need to get my my papers in there so they can sign for it.
Okay, so you're trying to go to some kind of office?
No, like normally when you do a delivery, somebody's gonna sign for something, so I'm gonna like go through there and see if I can find some papers and have him and be like, yeah, just go ahead and sign here.
Oh, okay, and you're saying those are in your jacket?
No, that I'm gonna say it's over in the van.
Oh, okay, so you're going back to the van to find papers.
Yeah, but since I'm walking through the door, I'll be with that guy and I'll be asking him like, hey, let's go back around towards the van so you can sign for this.
Okay.
And then do some casual conversation like, you know, how's it been tonight?
Yeah.
And while I open the doors and stuff like that, I just want to see if I can sense anything particular about the individuals, if there's something off or anything else.
Okay. Rowan, you're going to have him sign. Let me see if I can do this now. I was having a bit of an issue before. Let me see. I think we're... Yeah, okay. Rowan is also going to... So basically, the signing the papers is a ploy. Rowan is going to make conversation and say something along the lines of like, hey, how's everything going tonight? Anything happening? Did you just activate a power?
If I did, I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to click on it because when you click on it, it'll give you a description of what it is.
Oh, okay. Well, but that's why I gave you that document. Didn't I give you that document? Well, it's okay. It's okay for now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's just I'm right here in the thing, so I figured clicking on it wouldn't like activate it.
Okay.
But I guess not.
No, that picture that you did is really good. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. The van's rear doors swing open, hinges creaking softly as the interior light spills out over the loading bay. Vladimir steps aside just enough to give them a clear look at the cargo, and gestures once with his chin. Yeah, he says, tone clipped, impatient. This shit is heavy. We've got places to be. Let's go. As he watches them react, Vladimir lets his attention widen. Not supernatural, not overt. Just the hard-earned instinct of someone who's spent a long time reading people in bad places at bad hours. He watches posture, eye contact, how weight settles on feet. Nothing spikes. No sudden tightening when the doors open. No sharp intake of breath. No one reaching for a weapon or signaling someone else. What he gets instead is controlled focus. These people are wary, but not surprised. If anything feels off, it's only in the sense that they're used to things going wrong and are prepared for it. Not that they're planning something right now. They expected cargo. They expected hassle. They did not expect violence. Meanwhile, Rowan walks back toward the van with the man who first answered the door, falling naturally into step beside him. He pulls out a folded clipboard and a few papers, riffling through them with exaggerated irritation. "All right, hold on," Rowan mutters, flipping pages. They never staple this shit in the right order. He glances up casually as if the question is just something to fill the air. "So, how's it going tonight?" he asks. "Anything fun happening, or is it just another one of those shifts?" The man snorts despite himself, eyes flicking back toward the bay where the others are starting to move. "Just another one," he says. "Long night. Everybody's tired. We move the stuff. We close up. We go home." Rowan nods, sympathetic, but still scanning the papers like he's looking for a line to sign. "Yeah," he says. "Sounds about right." Behind them, hands reach into the van. Crates begin to shift as the offloading starts. Slow, careful, heavy. From above, John can see the pattern settle in. Backs turned, attention on weight and balance. The bay fully occupied. You're inside their process now. What do you do next?
All right, 1 second. I'm going to try to... Just a moment. Let me see. First of all, what do you guys want to do? I'm going to try to see if I can get in, and I can wall crawl. So I'll wall crawl my ass down and sneak off to this little corridor and maybe see if I can find anything going on in here while you guys deal with whatever. Because I was originally expecting them to maybe...
There's no need for you to try to, like, reveal yourself.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm talking about sneaking. I'm particularly good at that.
Okay. I'm going to keep casual conversation going with this guy. I want these people focused on me and you know, like, bullshitting. I'll ask them, like, simple things like, "Hey, what's in these crates?" Like, they're super heavy, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
And then how many people that we had? What I was tracking is we had the one guy that was near the... I thought was going towards that entry that you're talking about, to the back office or whatever the hell it was. Got where in perspective are... What do we have? Two guys unloading, one guy going with Rowan to sign paperwork. I'm just trying to get a feel for specifics on what's going on.
Okay, just a second. I'll just do that real quick before we... So one man in the loading bay, a second man is also at the loading bay. One man answering the door is with Rowan, and the fourth man is farther back inside near the equipment table you saw earlier.
Okay, so, yeah, he's near the back. Okay.
Yep. So the only one is that back guy observing for the rear.
Are any of you guys able to sense if any of these people are vampires? Do y'all have that, like, ability?
Well, I have an awareness of 3.
It's not an ability, but we can definitely do that.
Because that might be something that, you know, one of you guys want to do. I'm trying to keep these guys as, you know, engaged on me as possible, so that they're, you know.
Well, that's what and that's what I thought I had implied it earlier when I was doing the observation. I was just trying to get a feel on if we're dealing with just mundanes, or if there's any sign of some kind of a kindred in here, or what. Because I have to know the immediate and most lethal threat first.
Yeah, but I think we were outside when that happened, and we couldn't quite sense what was going on inside. So maybe we do that again.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I want to use my. Yeah, I want to get a closer feel on who we're dealing with before I try to jump these two. Or need you to. You should probably worry about the guy in the back since John can try to sneak in and get closer to where he's doing.
Okay. All right, so John at the window is going to try to see if he can get in through where he is right now. He's going to basically try to be stealthy and wall crawl down the wall in the back, remaining unseen, and also trying to take a look at that fourth guy who's farther back in the room and see if maybe he can detect if he is a kindred. Vlad is going to keep doing the task he's doing of unloading the truck while also trying to look around, see if he can detect whether anyone is kindred as well, while Rowan is going to continue to talk. He's going to casually in conversation ask about the crates. He's going to try to covertly maybe try to get some information about what's going on here and what might have been, interesting about the cargo that we brought from the other location. And then just let us know if there's any appropriate rolls that we need to do. I know I need to make a stealth roll, maybe anything about charisma or detection or any of that. Because now this is going to be a bunch of rolls. And it'll know, but I always just say it just in case. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. It's going to tell me, and then we'll do all the rolls together.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Good, you're splitting actions cleanly. I'll resolve this in layers, and I'll only call for rolls where the rules you just locked in require them. John Bain, wall crawl reposition observation. You are attempting to 1. Move along the exterior and down toward the back while people inside are alert and present. 2. Remain unseen. 3. Gain a better angle on the fourth man and assess whether he is kindred. Because there are known alert threats. You are moving position, not remaining static. An open stealth roll is required. Roll required. Dexterity plus stealth. You are using Clinging of the Insect, which removes the normal difficulty of vertical movement, but does not negate detection. Difficulty is not fixed. It will be opposed by awareness inside, rolled silently. I need your dexterity, your stealth, whether you are blood surging before the roll. Do not roll yet until you confirm the pool size. Vladimir Wolfenstein unloading plus sensing the room. Vladimir is in the open, doing an expected task, actively watching people, posture, reactions, not using a discipline. This is passive assessment, not an action that forces a reaction. No roll required to continue what you're doing. Here's what Vladimir picks up right now. The two men at the bay are focused on the crates, but they're not sloppy. They keep checking weight, balance, door clearance, experienced, not muscle for hire amateurs. Their breathing is steady, no signs of supernatural stress responses, no obvious tells of kindred, no cold stillness, no unnatural focus, no lack of breath. So far, nothing about them reads as kindred. This assessment may change if someone reacts to blood, someone reacts to injury, someone fails to breathe or blink under stress. Rowan Calder, conversational probing about the crates Rowan is attempting. Covert information gathering, under cover of mundane conversation, without escalating suspicion. This is a social test, because you are asking about sensitive cargo. You are probing beyond pure small talk. You want truthful, useful information. Roll required charisma plus subterfuge, or charisma plus persuasion if Rowan is being straightforward rather than slippery. Your choice. No difficulty stated yet. This will be opposed by the target's caution. This roll will determine how much they say, not whether they become hostile. I need which skill Rowan is using, whether Rowan is blood surging. About detecting kindred. Important clarification. Rules consistent. There is no automatic kindred sense. Detection can come from behavioral tells, breath, lack of breath, reaction to blood, reaction to stress, use of disciplines, supernatural perception powers, if any are used. So, John's observation may give circumstantial indicators. Vladimir's read is behavioral. No roll gives a guaranteed answer unless a power explicitly says so. What I need next in order. 1.
So,
John,
it's just gonna
confirm
give me
his
a
dex
breakdown of
plus
the rolls
stealth
we
dice
need.
pool and blood surge yes no.
Just so
2.
you
Rowan,
understand,
choose subterfuge or persuasion, confirm dice
it
pool
rolls-
and blood surge.
like, detecting vampires when you are a vampire is easy, unless that vampire is actively trying to hide from you. So,
Okay.
or it's easier. Like you should have to say like, hey, I want to look and see. But there's not like some power you need to do. There's a thing called Blush of Life, which every vampire can do, that allows them to make themselves more, like basically disguise themselves as humans. Unless
Yeah.
they're actively hiding using that, you're not going to be able to like, you're going to be able to tell. And then if they are doing that, unless you have a special power, it's very difficult to tell that they're a vampire, if that makes sense. Because they even
So how do I do
restart
this charisma plus persuasion check?
Okay, so what you need is you need to look at your subterfuge or persuasion. So it
Yep,
is
which is one.
charisma and subterfuge or persuasion. So whichever one is higher or whichever one you want to use.
Persuasion is higher, so I've got charisma of 2 and persuasion of 1.
Okay, so what this is what it was also saying, and I haven't told you this specifically, but you can look under handouts in the Alchemy RPG UI here, and it gives you, one of them is blood potency. So blood surging is basically increasing anything about yourself that comes from your attributes. So you could increase your charisma by activating your blood. It requires a rouse check, but then because your blood potency 1, it would actually add 2 dice to your roll. So you can choose to do that if you would like.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So I would do a rouse check of 2.
Okay, so you're gonna rouse check 1. You're gonna do one rouse check.
Oh, okay. 1 rouse check. All right.
Okay, and then just tell me if it's no. You did that. That's fine. Actually, that's fine. You can keep those. Okay.
I don't know why I did that. I clicked on the rouse, but let me try
Oh,
that
you-
one more time.
Yeah, you didn't clear the. You might have setting it up and didn't clear the dice
Yeah.
first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
So-
do rouse check.
Here's the rouse check. That failed.
Okay, that's okay. That just means that you add 1 to your hunger.
Okay.
But then you still get the two dice. So give me charisma.
Okay.
blood-
Charisma.
Yep.
I guess I roll them separately on here, right?
Nope. You add them up. You're building a pool. So you have charisma, persuasion. What does that equal?
Charisma and persuasion together would be 3.
Okay, 3. Now you added +2 because you blood surged. Okay, so you have 5.
But I failed at that, right?
Yeah, but
Didn't-
failure just means that your thirst increases.
Okay. So
you-
then
you
I'm
can
adding
always
in
use your power,
5
but your thirst.
5 vampire dice.
So 5 vampire dice, but now your hunger is 2. So that means that
Okay.
you need to subtract 2 from your vampire dice and add 2 to your hunger dice. Does that make sense?
Okay, so go
So 3 vampire,
1,
2
2,
hunger.
3 vampire, 2 hunger.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
Let me roll that.
And then, ooh. So that
Oh.
is a messy critical. So
Mm-hmm.
so we're gonna go 6 successes. with messy critical. Now, a messy critical, just letting you understand. So this is in your player gameplay reference guide that I sent. If you haven't gotten it in a Word document, then I can.
Yeah, messy critical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also under the handouts. If you click on them, they just pop up on a screen themselves.
What the heck just happened?
Trying to hit that, but
Yeah, I put.
is it like a dirty 20?
Kind of. Like here, let me show you. So types of successes. So a messy critical is a critical in which one of the hunger dice has an ankh and 2 fangs. You succeed, but like an animal would, with no self-control or foresight.
Okay.
So it'll tell us what happens.
And what happens if my hunger goes below all of the blocks?
Oh no, if it goes to 5, you're screwed.
Yeah, you go into kind of a hunger frenzy.
Oh, so I add a block.
Yes. You have to, every time you feed or something, you reduce it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so you should.
And so for this one,
now.
you said I'm supposed to add 2 or 1?
1, you're at
1.
2 now.
So your hunger should be 2 total. Okay, so Rowan, Rouse check, and then I'm gonna keep mine, and here's why I was telling you, by the way. I'm gonna use dexterity and stealth with that's a total of, and I have break in. So, and then, okay. John rolls. John rolls. So I actually have a dice pool of 8 plus 1. So I get 7 successes. Seven successes. All right, here we go.
But aren't...
What's your question?
Oh, I was just looking at it. What about the dice guide? I was looking at it again. If you have 2 critical success, you have 2 critical success on regular dice.
Just a moment. That's a critical. It's like a net.
Yes.
20.
That's a natural 20, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so now that I clarified this, let me see. Okay, here we go. I just want to make, because now I changed it, I want to make sure. Yeah, here we go.
Storyteller in fiction mode. The knight answers both of you at once, but not in the same way. John Bain, movement and observation. John moves. The wall holds him like it was meant to. His descent is controlled, silent, his silhouette broken by conduit, shadow, and the building's own angles. No sound carries inward. No one looks up. No one reacts. He reaches a lower exterior position with a clean line of sight through a rear-facing window angle. Better than before, deeper into the space. From here, he watches the 4th man, and something clicks. The man breathes, regularly. He shifts weight, scratches at his jaw, adjusts his stance when a crate thumps down. His attention drifts when nothing immediate is happening. He reacts late to small noises, not with predator focus, but human distraction. Nothing about him reads as kindred. He's human, alert, cautious, but human. John remains completely unseen in positions with full situational awareness. Rowan Calder, the conversation, messy critical. Rowan's blood stirs as he leans into the conversation. Too much. The question about the crates lands, and instead of staying safely mundane, it presses. His tone sharpens just a fraction. His eyes hold a beat too long. The irritation in his voice isn't just bureaucratic anymore, it carries edge. The man with him answers quickly at first. Same stuff as always, he says. Components, infrastructure. But Rowan doesn't let it drop. Not aggressively, but insistently. The beast wants clarity, wants truth, wants something real to push against. And you're running all this out of a place like this? Rowan adds, half a scoff. Must be something special. That's when the man stiffens. Not alarm, but defensiveness. He glances toward the loading bay, then back at Rowan, voice lowering. Look, he says. We don't ask questions, that's the whole point. We move what we're told to move. That's it. Then, too much honesty, pushed out by Rowan's pressure. It's rail adjacent for a reason, he adds. Power routing, signal isolation, old access nobody checks anymore. He stops himself, realizes he's said more than he meant to. His posture closes. The clipboard becomes something he's suddenly aware of. He straightens, suspicion blooming. Not fear, not hostility, but wariness. Who did you say you were with again? He asks, not loud, but not casual anymore. Meanwhile, the bay. The unloading continues, but it's changed. One of the men at the van glances over toward Rowan now. Another shifts position, putting himself where he can see both the dock and the personnel door. Still no weapons drawn, but the temperature has risen. Current state, important. Unseen. Confirmed all 4 inside are human, in a strong exterior position. Rowan, gained valuable intel, rail-adjacent infrastructure.
It does that so that way I don't have to read the whole thing when I go back, but okay. There's all... What's that?
No, I'm saying, I got you.
Okay, there's another thing because of my critical, so it's gonna tell me more.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Clarification applied. Understood. John's result is a critical success. That does change what he gets. Here is the corrected resolution, without retconning positioning or outcomes, only expanding what the critical reveals. John Bain. Critical success, expanded result. From his new vantage, John doesn't just watch the 4th man. He reads the room, with the clarity that comes only when everything lines up. The angle, the light, the timing, patterns emerge that weren't obvious before. What the critical success adds, the 4th man is clearly human. Yes, but more than that, he's not leadership, he's not muscle, he's technical support. His attention keeps drifting toward power conduits, signal cabling, a specific rack of equipment that is not being moved tonight. When Rowan presses verbally, the man reacts second, not first. He's reacting to policy, not instinct. John also clocks something subtler. None of the 4 behave like they expect violence here. Their stress responses are about exposure, not attack. They are guarding continuity, not territory. This place isn't a trap, it's a node. And the crates being unloaded, they matter, but they're replaceable. What isn't replaceable is what's already wired into this building. Tactical implication, purely informational. John now understands. If things go loud, these people will try to. Shut systems down, destroy or wipe equipment, flee deeper inside, not out the loading bay. If things stay calm, they'll finish unloading, seal up, disappear back into the night. No one inside suspects a second unseen operator. No one is watching the roof. No one knows they've already been fully read. Current balance, unchanged. Rowan has created suspicion, but not alarm. Vladimir remains plausible and positioned. John now has strategic clarity, not just stealth. The situation is still recoverable, but it's no longer forgiving. You have knowledge, position, initiative. What do you do next?
All right.
Well, they were working with the 3rd rail, so by implication, they're expecting the shipment, so that doesn't make their hands clean. I understand that they're not expecting trouble or anything else, but if they're going to do something to this equipment or something, this has got to be important for something, and we don't know what it is yet. So I think I volunteer to try to let everybody know that I want to start initiation of subduing without brutality or anything else. the two guys unloading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're gonna
And then-
you're gonna attack the two guys unloading.
Yes.
Okay, are you gonna use any disciplines?
Well, I have my fast reflexes. That's passive anyway,
Yeah.
and I'm close enough. I don't need to blink to the guy in the rear because you're closer to him than I am.
Yeah.
So I am going to use my brawl with my grappling to try to subdue the two guys doing the unloading,
You have
if
to pick one.
possible.
You can attack both at the same time.
And then Rowan, I hope you take the hint and do something to your buddy, and then
Yeah.
hopefully, John, you get the hint too, because we need to subdue these guys before they do anything with their equipment, because then we can let them know, let the bosses know that we have a place of interest. We're just not sure exactly to what extent. But I'm going to initiate.
No. Trying to see what it says.
Do you have that ability?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's on my list.
Oh, yes, that's right. That is right. What that does, because you have Osiris. Which one? What ability do you actually have? Cloud memory?
It says it says dominate cloud memory.
So that's going to make someone forget.
But I don't know if I want to use it just right here. If he's going to what is it? Dominate these guys?
No, I don't dominate. I just more or less manhandle them.
So are you gonna like knock them out?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna grapple with both of them and try to subdue them.
But you can only
Okay.
grapple one.
Oh,
Well,
Well,
let me try.
I wanna
see.
hit-
No. Wait a minute. He attempts to. Are you trying? So describe it. You're saying that what you're going to try to like one-handed grab both of them at the same time?
yes, using my fast reflexes and my. Yeah.
Let me write this. Because you're going to get a penalty for that. Or they're going to get a bonus to defend. Okay. I'm going to stealth attack the tech support guy. And then...
And what is the name of the organization that we work for?
Third rail.
Rail.
We
Or
work for the third
oh,
rail.
No. We work for the Camarilla.
The Camarilla.
But we're pretending we work for the third rail.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're attacking those two guys, I'm gonna attack this guy.
And just for a clarification, Dad, so vampire with rapid reflexes, vampires suffer no penalty to their defense pools for lack of cover from firearms. They can also take a minor action worth up to 2 dice per turn, such as readying or reloading a weapon for free. Yep. And then what was the other one you had was potence, right?
Yes, I have. Yes, that's my soaring leap. But I also have fleetness. I don't know what. That's just
Fleetness
quick.
allows a vampire to move and react with dizzying speed. Non-combat dexterity checks. You may also use to defend. So once per turn, the user may also do this when defending with dexterity plus athletics. So
Well, yeah.
alright, what's up?
No, since it's for non-combat, I guess. So I'll stick with my rapid reflex and try to as best I can
Yeah.
knock you guys out or something.
Are you trying to knock them out or grapple them?
Well, I'm try if I can grapple them, I want to do that.
Okay.
Because I want to subdue.
Yeah, and I am... Okay, and then I'm doing that. Rowan, what action are you taking, buddy?
Okay, so I'm going to try to do like a blunt attack that's gonna swiftly knock this guy out, and like do a karate chop on the neck or something like that.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying it, I'm gonna tell him we're with the Camarilla, you idiot. Whap.
Oh. Tell you what. Okay. All right.
Or you can even say fool. With the Camarilla, fool.
There you go. Yeah, you. Let me see. Okay, so I'm stealth attacking tech guy. You're attacking the two guys trying to hold them in place, and then you're trying to knock out this guy. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So we gotta hold. It's gonna give me all the dice and everything. All right, here we go. Here we go. And then if there's any issues, it's gonna tell me. But oh, did you guys want blood? Is anybody blood surging?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, what the hell? I'll blood surge too.
Okay, 1 second. Here we go.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. The moment snaps. Vladimir moves first. No warning, no words, launching himself from the van's shadow into the two men at the loading bay, arms sweeping wide to lock both of them at once before either can shout or draw. At the same instant, John drops from concealment toward the rear of the room, closing fast on the tech support man, intent on a silent grapple and subdual. Rowan turns mid-conversation and drives forward, aiming a brutal throat strike at the man he was speaking with, the words coming out at the same time. Open quote, "We're with the Camarilla, you jive turkey." Close quote. This is now open violence against known alert threats. We pause right here to resolve mechanics cleanly before outcomes are narrated. Vladimir Wolfenstein. You are attempting to grapple two targets simultaneously. This is allowed, but it is one roll with increased difficulty, not two separate grapples. Use your grapple subdual pool. I need you to confirm. Dice pool. I have 9 listed. Confirm that's correct. Whether you are blood surging, yes, no. I will then set the difficulty and resolve whether you secure both, one slips, or both resist.
Okay, so Vlad, give me your...
You are making a stealth attack, grapple subdue on the tech
it's
support
telling me.
man. This is a surprise attack from stealth. Target is human, not expecting you. Use Dex plus Brawl or Dex plus Stealth if your sheet defines stealth takedown that way. Confirm. This will be an opposed roll versus his defense, rolled silently. I need your exact dice pool. Whether you are blood surging, brought Rowan Calder. You are making a brawl attack intended to incapacitate, knockout, throat punch. Use STR Brawl or Dex plus Brawl if that's how Rowan fights, your call. Opposed by target's defense. I need dice pool, whether you are blood surging. Tash, important notes before we roll. No one has drawn firearms yet. If any of these actions fail or partially succeed, shouting, gunfire, or escalation may occur. Damage, impairment, and control will be resolved strictly per raw plus your table rules. I will narrate outcomes only after rolls are resolved. Please respond with, in order. Vladimir, confirm pool's blood surge, yes. 2.
All right, so that's good. Okay, so you need, Vlad, we need strength plus brawl calculating
Yeah.
like hunger properly, subtract whatever your hunger is and do that as a hunger. And then if you have grappling as you have grappling as a
Yes.
specialty, so you add 1. And then
Yeah.
if you're blood surging, do a rouse check first and then add 2. So if you're blood surging, just do a rouse check right now.
Yeah.
Okay, rouse succeeds.
Yep. Success.
Okay, got it. And then do all of that to build your pool. So strength, brawl, grapple, specialty, +2.
What's? Yes, +2 for grapple. Oh, +2 more on top of it. Grapple is 1 die.
Yeah. So your strength, your brawl, you get okay, and then you get a specialty.
Yep.
So it's +1, and then because you blood
Yep.
surged, you get +2. So you're gonna have like a big major pool here. The power of the Bruja.
9.
Frontline
I have
fighters.
okay. 9. 9 is my regular stuff. Then I add.
But you
That's
don't
with my
add.
brawl.
You subtract whatever your hunger is.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't added the 2 yet. My hunger is only 1, so do I throw hunger dice on there or just take the two off?
No. So whatever your
The one
hunger
off.
is. So if you let's just say your total pool is 10 and you have 1 hunger.
11.
Your total.
Yep, 11 and 1 hunger.
So it would be 11, but then you subtract 1 and you basically are replacing however many dice with whatever your hunger is.
Yep. Okay. I got it.
So-
I got 11 dice.
So it should be 11
1
dice
hunger.
total and one is replaced with hunger.
Yes.
So roll that.
Okay.
Oh.
And that sucked.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
what is
how did
that?
you do that?
What do you mean?
You rolled 1 hunger die, but then a die came up as a hunger die. Like, wait, you did
I had
like
one-
two-
I
you
did
a-
10 regular dice and 1 hunger die because I had 11 total.
Wait, but I'm saying you rolled 10 plus 1 hunger, and then you rolled another hunger separately?
No. So hold on, let me reset it. Because I have a total of 11 dice,
Yes.
and then one of them was a hunger. I don't know why it did that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
just a minute.
10.
If I go like that, no, it can roll them all. It can roll them all at once. So I don't know why it made a second dice roll. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it would be a bestial
Should I-
failure.
But do I get it? Okay, should I do just a 10 regular dice, or I need that hunger die in there, don't I?
Yeah, but I'm just not under. So we can use this roll. Like, that's fine. You get a success rate of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then if you failed, it's going to count as a bestial failure. But let's see. So we'll go 3 successes. And then bestial failure if it fails. If it doesn't fail, you're fine. And then Rowan, need you to do. Oh no, I'm next because I'm. So we have an initiative order. So all right. So now I'm gonna go no blood surge, but I'm doing dexterity plus brawl. Dexterity. No, I'm gonna do dexterity plus step. What? No, I'm not allowed to fucking do that. It'll be dexterity plus brawl. 7. So I'm gonna roll 7. die total 6 and then 1. So that's what it should look like. That's what it should look like. I don't know what happened with you. So I got 5 successes. Yep. And then Rowan, you have whatever you have, because I don't have your sheet.
It should be strength, right? Plus brawl.
Yeah, so strength plus brawl. Or dexterity plus brawl, depending on how you want to fight.
No, I'm doing strength. So I should have 6 because I have 4 in strength and I have 2 in brawl. And do I need to add a hunger dice as well?
Yeah, so you're always going to have your hunger dice, but you just replace that many dice with your hunger dice. So how your hunger is 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have 6 die, it should be 4 regular, 2 hunger.
Four regular, 2 hunger. All right.
Okay, and then you got 3 successes.
Oh,
What's
no,
that?
never mind.
Well, okay, I will
Nothing.
okay, just a second. Sorry, before I forget, we haven't talked about this. You can use willpower, which is another, it's not health, but it's like if your willpower goes to 0, you take, that's like actual damage as well. You can give yourself 1 superficial willpower to re-roll dice. So if you want to re-roll a die, not your hunger die, if you want to re-roll your other die, Dad, you can do that. And then that way it increases your likelihood of success, and then if you succeed, it's not a bestial failure.
Okay, so I can use 1 willpower. I have to take it off of my tracker.
Yeah, so you just put a slash on your tracker. Slash is superficial, X is aggravated.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, so I'll do that and I'll re-roll. So I re-roll the 10 dice again?
You re-roll discipline, rouse, check, re-roll. Just a minute. You can re-roll. You spend willpower. 1 second. I just got to make sure I got this. Willpower re-roll. Here we go. Players may spend 1 point of willpower to re-roll up to 3 regular die. There you go. So you can re-roll 3 die, and what you do is you can actually go there and click on the die in Alchemy RPG, like click on one of your failed die that is not a hunger die, and it'll tell you it'll tell you outright that you can re-roll it.
Okay.
Like it'll say re-roll. So you can do that for 3.
All right. So, okay. 1, 2, 3. Reroll.
So with the reroll, you rolled 1 more success?
Yeah.
Okay. Just a second. To reroll, new total success is 4 with bestial failure if roll is failed. All right. What is that? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Stupid. All right, so we got 4 successes and a bestial failure. 5 successes and 3 successes. Okay, here we go. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I really do get like excited. I'm like, oh God. We kind of... All right, here we go. It's going to go over everything. Here we go. All right.
Storyteller, in fiction mode. The night breaks all at once. Vladimir Wolfenstein, loading bay. Vladimir hits them hard and close. One arm hooks the first man under the shoulder and across the chest. The other slams into the second before he can step back. The impact is violent and immediate. Crates rattle, boots scrape, breath whooshes out of lungs that weren't ready. With 4 successes, Vladimir does not get both cleanly. One man is fully controlled, crushed against the van, pinned, his balance gone, his voice trapped in his chest. The second man is caught but not secured, held just long enough to stop him from acting immediately, but he twists free with a gasp and a staggered step back, and then the beast pushes. Vladimir's grip tightens too much, too fast. The pinned man's head snaps back against the van with a sickening thud. Blood sprays from a split lip. The sound is louder than it needed to be. Not a scream, but pain, raw and unmistakable. The loading bay is no longer quiet. John Bain, rear of the room. John is already moving when the noise hits. He drops in behind the tech support man like a shadow detaching from the wall, one arm locking across the throat, the other wrenching the man's arm back and down before he can turn. With 5 successes, it's flawless. The man doesn't shout. He doesn't reach for anything. His breath is cut off cleanly and efficiently. John hauls him down and back, forcing him to the floor behind the equipment table, body folded and controlled. The struggle lasts seconds, then stops. The tech support man is subdued, conscious but helpless, pinned and silent. No one else has noticed how he went down yet. Rowan Calder, personnel door. Rowan's strike lands. Not pretty, not restrained. The man barely registers the movement before Rowan's hand drives into his throat, crushing air and sound in one violent instant. The words are still in the air. Open quote. "We're with the Camarilla, you jive turkey." Close quote. When the man collapses, clutching his neck, eyes wide in panic as he crumples to the concrete. With 3 successes, he's not dead, but he's out of the fight, gagging, stunned, barely able to breathe. The declaration carries. Inside the building, heads snap toward Rowan now. The room reacts. Everything changes in a heartbeat. The man who slipped Vladimir's grip stumbles back, eyes wide, one hand diving toward his waistband. The 4th body is already down, but only John knows that for sure. The unloading has stopped. Crates sit half-moved. Hands are empty, but not for long. Someone shouts. Half a word, cut off as they process what they're seeing. No guns have cleared leather yet, but they're about to. Current state, locked. Vladimir. 1 target grappled and pinned. 1 target loose but off balance. Beast is pressing forward. Bestial failure trigger condition met due to violent escalation. John. Tech support man fully subdued and silent. Still unseen by most of the room. Rowan. 1 man incapacitated at the personnel door. His Camarilla declaration is now in the room. The situation is 1 breath away from gunfire. Next step. This is now active combat. You may press the attack, try to silence the loose man, use discipline powers, attempt to dominate the room verbally, or pivot to containment. Declare your next actions. 1 meaningful action per character.
Just a second. So you should get a compulsion. Just a moment. Because a bestial failure gives you a compulsion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you what that is. All right. So, your compulsion that you get right now is Fury. You suffer a -2 dice on all actions that are not directly violent, destructive, or aggressively confrontational. The compulsion ends when you incapacitate or drive off the immediate opposition through violence. Or the scene ends with no remaining valid targets. So all you gotta really do is beat the crap out of this guy.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to do. Is if I have the hold of the one guy, why can't I twist him around and use him, and we both slam into the other guy who got away?
Okay, we can do that. 1 second. So, but right now, we have combat. So,
Yep.
what is initiative order? Who goes now? Okay, cool. But by the way, that's why you want to avoid trying to use your powers too much. That's the limiting factor for powers, because the more hunger die you have, the more likely it is for you to get a bestial failure, a critical, like a messy critical or something like that, which is basically, if you
Why did
cause
it
a
show up on my
violation-
vampire dice?
What's that?
Why did the bestial show up on my vampire dice?
Because because it just does. So vampire die, if you were to actually have the actual dice, some of the dice are criticals, some of the dice are regulars, some of the dice are blank, which is 0, and then some of them are, I think one of them is a skull. So when you roll, if you get a critical, a messy critical is where you succeed, but you do it in a way that's bad. Like let's say you tried to grapple somebody but not kill them, and then you got a messy critical, you might kill them on accident. If you get a a bestial failure, what that actually means is that, think about the beast as being almost like the Hulk,
Yeah.
and so it kind of takes over, and you're like, now I've got to kill people, stuff like that. It makes the masquerade is basically that we're trying to hide vampire society from mortals. It can make that difficult, and it can also make it difficult to just complete whatever you're trying to do. But if you break the masquerade, the other vampires will come and kill you, so you definitely want to try to not do that, or it can lead to that anyway. Okay. Yeah, so right now, so the tech support guy is controlled by me. The doorman is throat punched. So Vladimir Wolfenstein. Okay, so player characters. But we already acted, so I'm trying to understand. We acted. So now it should be NPCs. After we're finished with this, guys, I think we can wrap up after we beat these guys.
Yeah.
Because we've been at this for a minute. What are you
Yeah.
thinking? Just as we are about to go back into combat here, I mean, what do you think, Skipper? I know that you and I haven't played really before. We just set up your character.
It's not too bad. It's a little different. Still trying to get used to it, but yeah.
Yeah, I like the damage output better, because in Dungeons and Dragons you roll to see if you hit, and then you roll for damage. I like combining those.
Yeah.
Because then it's like leather armor would be an armor that would kind of you can hit someone and still do damage. So if I roll to hit, but I miss, that means that I hit the armor and the armor blocked. But in this way, it's like the defense subtracts from the damage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the difference between success is how much damage is actually done. So, okay, so now, here we go.
You're right. Thank you for catching that. Rules correction, out of character brief. What just happened was the surprise opening exchange. that consume the PC's initial actions before initiative order cycles. Per V5 Raw and your gameplay parameter sheet, surprise actions resolve. Then, initiative begins with the non-surprised side, if any are still able to act. At this moment, 2 NPCs are already incapacitated. 1 NPC is still active and reacting. The PCs have already taken their opening actions. So yes, it is now the NPC's turn. Specifically, the loose dock worker who slipped Vladimir's grip. No retcon needed. We proceed cleanly. Storyteller in fiction mode. The man who tore free from Vladimir's grasp moves on instinct. He stumbles back 2 steps, eyes wide, breath ragged, then training kicks in just enough to override shock. His hand snaps to his waistband and comes back up with a compact pistol, half drawn, not yet aimed. "Hey!" he starts to shout. It doesn't come out clean. Panic fractures the word. He fires once, blind and fast, toward the space between the van and the loading bay. Not a controlled shot, not aimed at a specific face, just trying to create space and noise. The gunshot cracks through the building, painfully loud in the enclosed dock. This is no longer silent. I will now resolve the NPC's action mechanically. #NPC attack resolution. Silent mechanics, perceivable effects only. Single panicked shot. No aim, no cover taken. Stress-induced, not tactical. The shot goes wide. The round punches into concrete near the van, spraying grit and fragments across the bay. No one is hit, but the consequences are immediate. The sound will carry. Anyone nearby will hear it. The scene has escalated past plausible deniability. The man backpedals, gun shaking in his hand, eyes darting between Vladimir and the open space behind him, trying to decide whether to shoot again or run. Initiative now proceeds normally. After the NPC's action, we enter the regular order. Next up, John Bain acts next, top of the order. Then, Rowan Calder, Vladimir Wolfenstein with Fury Compulsion active. Declare John's next action.
Okay. Can you just clarify, Storyteller, what the status of the...
Wait there real quick.
What is the status of the NPC that I've grappled? Is he unconscious, or am I just holding him right now? I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I had to step away real quick.
Oh, okay. Are you okay now? Or?
No, I'm good. But after this, I'll probably have to go.
Oh, yeah, no problem. We can, yeah, 1 second. We'll get this done here then. All right, well, I'm going to... Okay, so let me look around, try to find something to subdue this guy with, like rope or something to wrap him up with. Can I do that? Is there something around here that I can do that while my buddies continue to move through initiative? Yes, let's see. There's some plastic straps. Zip ties. Hell yeah, I'm gonna zip tie this dude. Okay. Yeah, alright, so that, what's that? Alright, so then John Bain is gonna zip tie this guy. And that'll basically be the action that I use for this turn, and then we'll move to next in the initiative order. Because this is the important guy we gotta keep alive.
Yeah, Rowan is next.
Oh, I'm next? Okay. Then we have the one guy who's running away, and then the one guy that Vladimir has, right?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm going to basically launch my raccoon in the face of the guy running away.
Okay. Okay, so then Rowan is going to actually take his raccoon, Scratch, and he's going to throw him at the enemy that is not, that just shot, that is not being grappled by Vlad. So that should be counted as his action being throwing the raccoon, and then the raccoon's attack being its own action in initiative that will basically happen right after Rowan's. Because your raccoon has its own stats.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your raccoon's stats?
I do not.
I'll send them to you because I have them. There's a in the book there's a template that you use, and I fixed him up for you. Oh, are we trying to impair? Or are we trying to damage?
Oh, I'm gonna damage.
Well, just a second.
No, I'm going for impair, like to stop him from running away.
Without ceremony,
Okay.
and hurls him toward the man who just fired. The
Okay.
loose dockworker, gun still half raised, attention split between Vladimir and the chaos he just caused. Scratch hits the ground running. The raccoon doesn't charge like an attack dog. He scrambles, claws skittering on concrete, then launches himself upward in a sudden, vicious burst of fur, teeth, and noise. Going for face, neck, and hands in a flurry meant to blind, distract, and overwhelm. This all happens in a heartbeat. Mechanical clarification, clean and correct. Rowan's action this turn is throwing, directing Scratch. Scratch gets his own action immediately after Rowan, as his famulus responding to a command. This is correct per your rules.
Okay.
Now we resolve Scratch's attack. Scratch, attack resolution required. Scratch is making a close-range animal attack intended to distract, impair, possibly inflict superficial damage, force the target to drop the gun or lose focus.
Yeah.
Roll required. This is an
So-
opposed action.
Just a second. It's going to tell you. So it's going to roll for you. I'm just kind of running through this real quick because I know that we're running a little low on time. So you want impairment? Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we want Scratch to impair. We're trying to have him impair, maybe dropping the gun, whatever we can get out of it, and then like you just stated as well, you will roll Scratch's attack and the NPC's defense, and then tell us the results of that encounter.
Okay.
So you don't actually roll, because Scratch is an NPC, so you don't roll his attacks.
Okay.
That's how retainers work, and a famulus is a retainer, so it's like a retainer plus. Okay, here we go.
Storyteller, in fiction
I
mode.
forgot to do this.
Scratch hits the concrete in a skid of claws and momentum, and then he's up, a blur of fur and teeth exploding into the loose dockworker's space. The man barely has time to register what's happening before it's in his face. I resolve it silently. The raccoon slams into him chest high, claws scrabbling, weight sudden and wrong. Sharp teeth snap inches from his eyes. He jerks back on instinct, head turning away, one arm coming up to shield his face. And the pistol slips from his grip, clattering across the concrete and skidding under the edge of the loading bay. Scratch hisses, snarls, and scrambles higher, all noise and panic and pain, forcing the man to stagger sideways, hands up, balance gone. He does not get a second shot. The gun is out of reach. The man is blinded, off balance, and panicking. Scratch remains actively engaged, a living, thrashing problem he cannot ignore. Status update locked. Loose dockworker, disarmed, distracted, impaired, focus fully on Scratch. Scratch, engaged in close distraction, no serious injury taken. Firearms, one pistol on the ground, several feet away. The room is chaos now, but controlled chaos tilted in your favor. The initiative wheel turns. Vladimir Wolfenstein acts now with Fury Compulsion active. What does Vladimir do?
All right, Vlad. Let's try to get this
Well,
thing
that's
done. What do you need?
Well, no, and it has to be violent, or I have a dice roll that's thrown off. So that's what I'm going to do. Is I have a hold of the one guy. I am going to use this oath, and I'm going to try to slam in and trying to avoid the raccoon, but I want to basically use that guy I have grappled and myself, and we are trying to tangle up with the guy who's distracted by Scratch right now.
Okay, do you want to blood surge?
Not this time.
Okay. Okay. All right, storyteller. So Vladimir wants to... he's got a guy grappled. So he wants to pick that guy up and run into the other guy. Trying to damage the other guy along with this guy. There will be no blood surge. Alright, so the man he already has pinned comes off the ground, boots scraping uselessly as Vladimir pivots using the captive's weight like a battering ram. The intent is clear and brutal. Smash one body into the other and let the momentum and mass do the work. This is a valid action under the fiction rules, but it does require a roll before I narrate the outcomes. So we need strength plus brawl.
Okay. Minus, and one of them has to be a, is a grapple included?
Yes. So strength plus brawl plus grapple, and then replace one of those with a hunger die.
Okay, so 8. 4, 5. 8, and then 1 hunger die. Grapple is only a 1 die improvement, right?
Yes, yeah. Specialty only adds 1.
Yep, okay. But here it comes, this way. Let me do...
Oh, there you go. Ooh.
5 successes.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I was going to say, because you see now, that's a critical on that hunger die, but because you don't have 2 of them, it's not a messy critical. You see what I'm saying? So then that'll be 1, 2, 5 successes.
Are the red ones supposed to be hunger die, or... No, they signify just successes, so that's how my vampire dice.
Wait, when you're clicking it... Yeah, when you're... Okay, here we go. Okay, this is a good point, because this is... Here we go.
Storyteller in fiction mode. Vladimir hits him like a truck. He pivots hard, dragging the man he already has locked up off his feet and slamming him bodily into the loose dock worker just as the other man is flailing at Scratch. The impact is violent and uncontrolled. Bone on bone, breath ripped out of lungs in a single ugly collision. With 5 successes, it's decisive. The loose dock worker is flattened, driven backward into the concrete and crates, legs folding out from under him as he goes down in a heap. The raccoon skitters free at the last second, scrambling out of the way as bodies hit the floor. The man Vladimir was holding doesn't fare any better. His head snaps sideways on impact. There's a dull, wet sound as his skull clips the other man's shoulder and then the ground. His body goes slack in Vladimir's hands, unconscious, breath coming in shallow, uneven pulls. The other man doesn't get back up. He's conscious, barely, but stunned, sprawled, winded, seeing stars, and in no shape to fight. The loading bay goes still except for heavy breathing and the low hum of the van's engine.
There you go.
Status update locked. Grappled man, used as weapon, unconscious, severe superficial injuries, incapacitated, loose dock worker, shooter, disarmed, knocked down, stunned and prone, not currently a threat. Scratch, unharmed, free and alert. Vladimir Wolfenstein. Compulsion fury has been satisfied by decisive violence. Compulsion ends. At this point, all hostile NPCs are either incapacitated or restrained. No one is standing against you. The building is yours, for the moment. Initiative would cycle back to NPCs, but there are no active combatants left. The echo of the gunshot still hangs in the air, and whatever systems are tied to this place are still running. What do you do next?
All right. We'll pause it here, guys. I'll update all the information. We didn't take a break this time, but I had a great time. 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, awesome. I love the artwork. We'll talk about, maybe we can talk about some more artwork that you can do for the Vampire the Masquerade stuff. But all right, well, this is great. We will, Dad. I want you to hold on for a second so don't leave Discord yet. But otherwise, we're going to. If you guys want to say goodbye to everybody, and we'll see next Sunday, right? Are we doing this next Sunday?
Yeah, we can do it next Sunday.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it every 2 weeks.
Do you want to do
Okay.
it not next Sunday?
That's
then the
good too.
Right, not next, the week after.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, that
so
should be
not
fine.
next Sunday. It'll be the week after, and it'll be 2:00. So we'll see you guys
Yes.
then. But yeah, if you guys want to say goodbye to everybody, I've been Mike playing John Bane. That's Bane. And I am a Banu Hakim. Basically, I'm an assassin. So.
And this is Lore Master. I was playing Vlad. I'm a Bruja. Just showed that, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yep. And Salty Skipper playing a Gangrel. Also a pleasure. Thanks, guys. That was fun.
All right, awesome. We will see you guys next time. God bless you all, and have a good night.
All right. Later.